And we're live with Geeky. I messed that up already. Gosh. Geek to Geek number 12 with, oh my gosh, it's Kacey Spivey. My dear friend Kacey. Kacey, for anyone who doesn't know about you, and they should, tell them about yourself.
Oh gosh. Well, I am a host video producer / writer for ScreenRant, which is an online movie news nerd site. Check it out if you haven't.
Really awesome.
Ever read it. It's great. And then I do comedy. So I just finished Game of Thrones, the musical. We're on a little bit of a hiatus, but I was Daenerys in that. So we went to Comic-Con. And I continue to do lots of comedy stuff, and continue to do lots of nerd and movie stuff. So yeah,
you're living my dream life.
I'm living my dream life.
No, I'm like, can I just move in with you, Kacey?
Yeah,
help me out. Help me.
Rent's expensive. I'll take anyone. Anyone wants to share the room.
No one's asking questions yet, so I guess I'll be the first to ask questions. First off, are you still obsessed with Zach Galifianakis?
Yeah. Well, it was like it was kind of a joke, because I guess for anyone who doesn't know, I did this music video where I played a girl who's like criminally obsessed with Zach Galifianakis to the point of insanity, and it was like, oh, who should we do? Should we do, One Direction, whatever? And I was like, who would I like really be weird with? And Zach Galifianakis, also Conan O'Brien was a really strong choice.
If you'd done Conan, he might have actually seen it.
I know. He would have been like, that girl needs to go to jail. I'm worried if Zach Galifianakis ever saw it, because he would probably be like creeped out about it.
Yeah, I have that feeling about Sam Heughan. Like, I talk about him so much, I'm afraid he's going to one day see a video and be like, I need a restraining order against that girl, but in his beautiful Scottish accent. Oh no, I got a restraining order against me.
Frame the restraining order.
He hasn't noticed me yet, and it's been like 3 years, but I'm just afraid one day he's going to be like, this girl's been talking about me way too much. Restraining order.
I think people pay for that kind of like fandom and publicity, so he's getting it for free from you, so it's great.
I know. No,
how did you get turned on to him? Would you see him in that you were like, oh my god?
Outlander. Well, I'm obsessed with everything. I'm obsessed with this Outlander.
Got it.
Guys watching, ask questions.
I know. Is anyone watching? Can you even tell? I did this like when I went to Comic-Con, I did periscoping. Have you ever periscoped?
Mm-hmm. I did once, and it's weird because it's different than like this or like Facebook live streaming, because just anyone comes in. But yeah, I've periscoped.
I was like, oh, cool, easy. And I was the worst at it. Like, I was so bad. And there were all these times, because you're right, there were like random, it was like, oh, 300 random people are watching, and they're commenting like really weird. And like, I mean, there were some really cool people that were supposed to be watching, but it was like, and then I was really bad at it. I kept like dropping the camera all the time, and it was just, there's a skill. There's a skill to live broadcasting that people don't respect, because I was like, it's easy, and I was terrible.
Who am I talking to, Chance? I'm talking to Kacey Spivey, the beautiful Kacey Spivey.
Hi.
She is an actress, a host, a comedian, a singer, everything amazing. Seriously, I'm just going to marry you one day, Kacey.
That's fine.
Nintendo 2009 has a hashtag for me that says, Alyssa is beautiful. Thank you.
Aww.
And Robert Payne has a question for you, Kacey. He wants to know what your favorite genre of music is.
Ooh. I really like a good strong mix of like alt rock music
Me too.
Like current hip hop, like Chance the Rapper and that kind of stuff. I like weirdly switch because my Spotify is like Hozier and like Chance the Rapper.
No. I don't know if I've ever really listened to Chance the Rapper, but I love Hozier.
Oh yeah.
Like, one of my favorite rappers is Childish Gambino, which I know his latest album's like not what his other albums were, which I'm kind of disappointed. But anyway, that's a different topic for a different day.
Like Redbone though? That was his latest one, right?
Yeah, Redbone.
That's the chillest song ever. I just like could listen to it on repeat. I don't know. You might have hated it, but I was like, yes.
I hated it like the first time I listened to it, and then it's kind of grown me like since it's been playing on the radio, like in the car. But I was so used to stuff like Sweatpants and Heartbeat and stuff like that I was like, what the hell am I listening to?
He's growing as an artist.
Chance Webster said he read your name as Kevin Spacey.
I know. Everyone does. My dad's name is Kevin, which is like the craziest. That's the craziest part. I kind of like it though because it's a good person to be associated with. But like, I'll read Kevin Spacey's name and be like, "Wait, was that my name? Oh no."
Like, I'm not famous enough to have Kevin Spacey on here. Yeah. So maybe one day in like 10 years or something, unless YouTube implodes.
I know. We'll just follow him and stalk him until he comes on the show.
Yes, let's do it. Does he have social media? Does Kevin Spacey have social media? Me and Kacey are going to stalk him.
Yeah.
Let's see. I love you too, Ariel. I have someone telling me, well, my friend telling me that she loves me. I love you too.
That's awesome.
And Robert says, okay.
I'm gonna retweet this.
I feel like you're going to like freak out over this question, Kacey, but Robert Payne asks, are you a Game of Thrones fan?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I just did a reaction video, which I thought nobody would watch. I
watched it.
You did? Yeah.
I'm subscribed to your channel. By the way, guys, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Oh my gosh, thanks.
It's in the description box.
I was like, I'm gonna watch it anyways. And I have friends that are really like funny and fun and like semi-famous. So I watched it with our director, the guy who wrote and directed Game of Thrones the musical, who's also like randomly in like every movie, you know. Together. But yeah, I'm a huge fan. I played Daenerys in the musical.
Yes. I wish I could have seen it. Like, that would have made my entire life.
I don't know what's going to happen to it. I mean, they really might bring it back. I mean, there was gossip of, like, taking it to all the different cons. But we'll see. We'll see how that happens.
If it happens, I'm just going to go to LA and be like, okay, I got to see Kacey. I don't care what I have to do to get to LA. I'll do whatever.
Get on the bus. Just come out. That's what I did. I just showed up here one day and was like, okay, I'm ready. LA was like, go home.
Oh, you look like the perfect LA person. Like, I love LA. I've only been there like twice, but I love it. I want to go back so bad.
Just come out here. Look, stay with me. My best friend just sent me a video today. We both came out here 4 years ago, just for the summer, and it was wild, crazy, like culture shock. But she sent me a video of us when we were here, and my hair is a lot less blonde, and I'm like in like a frock, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've changed. LA has changed me.
I want LA to change me.
I remember coming to LA and like I had one pair of wedges, and I thought like if I have wedges, I'm gonna fit in. That's all I need. And like I wore those wedges every single day. It was just, yeah. I mean, LA is a crazy city, but you should definitely if you're thinking about doing it, like just try it. And it's like miserable, but if it's for you, then it's for you, and you stay. And if it's not, then you just go home and like. Then you're like, oh, great, I at least tried it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how long I'd stay if I came out. Like, the longest I've stayed is like 4 days. So it's not very long. Yeah, 4 days, yeah.
All right, we'll figure out a way to stay.
Okay. We also have to go to Las Vegas together.
Yes! I have never been.
I haven't either.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. I thought I was like, why have we talked about Vegas before? Yeah, we need to go. That would actually.
I know. It's so much fun. Like, I just have this urge to travel right now for some reason. I don't know why. Just random urge. And, like, I just want to go places. Like, I drove on the freeway for the first time a few days ago. And I know that's weird considering how old I am. But it was, like, so exhilarating. I'm like, oh, my gosh. I've been missing out on so much.
Getting out of town. Yeah, we should go to Vegas and then go into Los Angeles. Or you could fly here and we could drive out.
Yeah, Las Vegas isn't that far away from Los Angeles, is it?
It's like 6 hours, 6-hour drive.
That's not too bad.
Not too bad.
I've got some more friends in LA I want to see too, so I might have to do that one day.
You really should. Just do it sooner rather than later. You're only young once.
I know. I don't know, I've kind of been thinking about, this is like probably boring to everyone. We're just talking, we're having girl talk.
Making plans. They could have done this on a phone call.
I
don't know. A lot of people who are like into movies and stuff. I mean, I get that question a lot. Like, how do I do what you're doing, or like, how did you get your job, and all that kind of stuff. Like, I wish I could do what you're doing, and it's like, you know, it's just a lot of hard work, and
yeah,
like a lot of stuff. Like, first step, you know, like, move to LA or move to New York or move to the place. And that in itself is a huge, like, it's a huge hurdle to get over for people. And I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah. Like, I've never moved away from my hometown, and I'm like, I want to so bad because I really don't like it here. It's not my scene. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm super scared.
Right.
I just have to do it. Like, once I do something, I'm like, oh, that was no big deal usually, or I'm glad I did it. But, like, before I do something, I have anxiety, so I'm like, oh, it's going to go wrong.
No, and that's what happens to a lot of people. I think it keeps people from kind of, like, living or exploring their dreams. And it's like, what is the absolute worst thing that could happen? And if you can live with that, then I think that fear kind of goes away. Like, for me, the worst possible thing that could happen was, you know, I run out of money and have to go back home. Like, okay, like, that's not the worst possible thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you can overcome that, so, yeah.
Henrique Fernandez, if I said your name wrong, I'm sorry. Well, they said they're 10 minutes late, which is more than that because I was ignoring comments. What did we talk about? Game of Thrones, Zach Galifianakis. Then we've just been talking about LA and Las Vegas. So you haven't missed much, Henrique, yet. So
yeah. Hey, Henrique, how are you? He just had not a YouTube, a Facebook video go viral. It's actually pretty good.
Oh, you know him? Okay.
Yeah. Well, from the
hi, new friend, Kacey's friend. What? I always like when new people come in that know my guest because I'm like, oh my gosh, new friend, hi.
Exactly.
That's how I'm with everyone. People probably think I'm creepy because I'm like, oh my gosh, I love you, hi. I don't know you, but I love you.
Well, we should explain how we met and how, like.
Yes, we probably should because people are probably like, how does Alyssa know her? We met on the Horribly Awkward podcast. We were on Sean's improv episode. I never met Kacey before. I never met the fellow improver Scott from the game. Well, I had met him once. I did his podcast. I take that back. I lied. But I never met Kacey before. So we did this whole improv podcast. It was hilarious. Like, we improv situations involving Bigfoot. Like this weird shop where what were we trying to buy? Like, fishing supplies or something, and we got onto the topic of potato chips and stuff, and then we had a drunk priest and all this kind of stuff. It was so much fun.
Yeah, because the listeners gave us word suggestions, and then we improv off of those, and it was turned into, like, some really interesting stuff.
It definitely wasn't a not safe for work episode.
That's true.
The last one we were on, which hasn't come out yet, wasn't either. So if you have kids, don't listen to it.
I think.
But this is the third time we have been on camera together, kind of like this. Like, oh, that sounded bad. I always step into these situations. I'll say something. I'm like, oh, that sounded bad. And I'm like, oh well. I've said worse things. Like, Like I put on Facebook the stats where I said I would be tempted, you know, if Jamie Lannister is my brother, I'd be tempted too. And people are like, "You sick perv." I'm like, I've said worse. Like it isn't the podcast that's coming out soon unless he edited it out. But
I think that's great. I think a lot of people probably think that too, and they're just.
I know they just don't say it. I just say what you people don't say. Which is funny because in high school I was voted quietest because I'd never talked, but somehow I was still popular enough to be voted quietest. Don't know how that happened. And now I'm here on YouTube hosting a weird web show and making videos and saying things.
What else do you do on your channel, on your YouTube channel? Like, what's your kind of?
I talk about entertainment. Like I do my favorites every month. I do movie reviews, sometimes game reviews. I do this series, Inside Alyssa White. It's a Q&A video basically. And then like I do book of the month unboxings, and then occasionally I'll get mail, which I don't get it a lot. I don't ask for it, but I'll unbox that, stuff like that.
What do you unbox?
And I just try to, just like gifts people send me. Like usually they'll send me like Funko Pops or movies or something, and I'll unbox it, say thank you to them because they deserve it. I mean, if someone sends me something, I'm gonna do a video because that's amazing. Like I don't deserve that. So
wait,
you're gonna get
people send you gifts?
Yeah. I was trying to be humble, but there's no way to sound humble about that.
Well, it is scary if they have your address, but also kind of awesome.
Oh, it's off my Amazon wish list, so I have a PO box. So
wish list? Oh my gosh, brilliant! I would just be putting like blender and knife set and like stuff that I don't have.
Do it. Make a wish list and be like, hey, people buy Kacey stuff off her wish list.
Oh my gosh, that's brilliant. It would probably just be a bunch of books or something. Oh my gosh.
Oh, you're a reader?
Yeah. Look,
Who's
I'm
your
reading.
favorite author?
Well, I mean, like J.K. Rowling, but I just started reading Agatha Christie because this movie's coming out.
Oh yeah, I want to see that really badly. I haven't read that either.
Yeah, I haven't started this one yet, but I'm reading this one, which is called "And Then There Were None," and it's apparently one of the like most famous like whodunit books ever. So I'm just reading away over here.
I've never read Agatha Christie, but I want to because I've heard she's fantastic when it comes to like mysteries and stuff.
Yeah. I usually like to read either like biographies or like fantasy kind of books, but I'm like, this is my first step back into like mystery for a while. Yeah.
I have acid reflux at the moment. This isn't fun. I'm just like, Henrique asked how many sketches did we do? I'm assuming on the improv episode. I think we did like 3 full sketches.
Yeah, but they were long. They were 10 minutes each, maybe.
Yeah, and then we just did a lot of talking in between, so it was a long episode. You can probably still find it. I'm not sure what number it was though, but
go to his what is he on? It's Horribly Awkward Podcast. Sean,
yeah,
shout out. He should have it on his Twitter
and stuff.
Yeah. But you'll see
just find him on Twitter. It's at Horribly Awkward, but it's like 1 R.
Sean.
I think it's because like there's only a certain amount of letters you can have in your username, but I don't know. He doesn't read. He's defenseless right now. He doesn't read, so.
Oh, it's awkward _ podcast.
Okay.
It is awkward _ podcast. Yeah. It's crazy. It's weird that like we just like I'm making all these friends that I just found on the internet, like or they found.
Everyone's like, don't make friends on the internet. I'm like, all my friends are on the internet.
These are where all my friends are. Where else would I find friends?
I know.
It's very, but it's cool to, you know what's funny? I don't know if I told this story or not. I was at a friend's birthday party. Did I say this already to you? I mean, it's a very vain story. So I was at my friend's birthday party, just like here in my neighborhood, and someone came up to me and was like, "Hey, are you Kacey?" And I was like, "Yeah, like, do we know each other from theater, blah, blah, blah." And he was like, "No, like, I follow you." And he's like a YouTuber, and like he has more followers than me. But I was like, oh my gosh, someone recognized me from the internet.
I know I'm like that too. Like if someone like I watch on YouTube who has like a bajillion, not really a bajillion, but way more followers than me, follows me back, and they're like, "Hey, Alyssa," I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you know me!"
Well, like I run all my stuff, so and I pay attention to people who talk to me on social media. So, or yeah, and so like I feel like I know people who follow me, at least who are like vocal. So I don't know if that changes when you have like gazillions of followers or not.
I'm sure it probably does. Like you probably get a bunch of trolls and probably can't even see the majority of them, which probably sucks. Like I love being able to see things like all the time and respond to people.
Me too.
And like I want to grow bigger, but I'm like, I know if that happens, like my little community is going to, you know, not be the same. But at the same, I'm just like, I don't know.
Right. I know.
Robert Payne has another question for you. He wants to know what celebrities you would like to work with.
Any of them. Robert Downey Jr. for sure. I really love him. And like, I mean, like celebrity crushes like Jason Momoa and stuff like that. But
yeah, he's gorgeous.
Yeah. But in general, I mean, I'm actually really, really big fans of directors. So I really want to work with like Ron Howard. I really want to work with, I mean, we got like, there's just, I want to work with all of them. Like, there's just so many that I like respect and admire. And it's more, so my fandom is really a lot more on the like production behind the scenes. And I wanted to work with James Gunn, but
that just seems like he'd be so much fun to work with.
Yeah, so seems great. In a video, I accidentally called him Tim Gunn. And
if you don't know who Tim Gunn is, guys, he was a stylist and he's on Project Runway, or he was. Like, just clearing that up for you guys.
It was a Freudian slip. I had no idea. I mean, I edit my videos, everything. It just went right over my head. And him and his team saw it. And and I was like, ah, guess I'm never working with them.
Well, at least you didn't call him Sean Gunn, his brother.
That's true. I mean, I feel like that might have been a little bit, like, he must get it all the time, but maybe not. It's just like it's just the white girl in me came out. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, one of my favorite people's in the chat, Mr. Coconuts. He's so good to me. I've been friends with Mr. Coconuts, I think, for about, there we go, my speech. Like 4 years? Has it been 4 years, Mr. Coconuts? You're still watching this. But he sends me every birthday, Christmas, he sends me Outlander stuff. He sends me Sam Hewitt stuff. Jamie Fraser stuff, and it makes me so happy. Like, he sent me a candle for my birthday that smells like pine, and it's a Jamie Fraser candle. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I love you. Like, he sent me so much Jamie Fraser stuff. He's encouraging my bad habit.
I gotta get on this Amazon wish list thing. I don't think anyone who follows
get on the Outlander thing too.
Yeah, it's true. I guess if you like, I don't know. I like to give gifts to people, so I do
too. I'm just broke.
Same. But yeah, like I like to do giveaways and stuff. Like I like to buy a Funko and send it to people and stuff like that. So I guess I get that.
Like, I would love to do giveaways. If I ever make money, I will. But I'm broke right now, so I can't, and I feel bad.
Like, I'm trying to get these, like, the girl we were on the podcast with, she's doing, like, bath bombs, like, nerdy bath bombs. And I was like, oh my gosh, I wonder if we could like all collaborate and do a show or a big giveaway or something like that. Because it's like, if she would be cool with using it to promote her stuff, and then we could give our people fun stuff, then it'd be great.
That'd be really cool. We should do one of these with Faye.
Yeah.
I'll have to contact her and ask.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. Mr. Coconut said I'm addicted to Outlander. This is true. This is very true. Mr. Coconut also sends me GIFs, however you want to say it, of Jamie Fraser on Twitter. And I want to retweet them all, but I don't, just so I don't embarrass Mr. Coconuts and infuriate everyone that follows me, because they're like, stop talking about Jamie Fraser, Alyssa.
That's probably why they're following you, because they like her.
Fine. I don't have that many followers on Twitter, so.
Oh, really?
No, I need more Twitter followers, guys.
That's like where my own. Well, that's really my favorite platform. I'm so bad. I'm really trying to do the Instagram thing. It's like, it's fun, but it's also like really stressful.
I follow you on Instagram.
Yeah, I think I'm getting a little bit better.
I like your stuff. I'm speaking.
Thank you. It's a lot of like trial and error, which is how Twitter was at the beginning. Like, I didn't know people wanted to read, so yeah. I'm like, is this even interesting? Me just like goofing off? I don't know.
I love Snapchat. Are you on Snapchat?
Well, yes, but I keep deleting it because I keep not having room on my phone. So every time I need to,
I have that problem too.
That's the one that goes.
I'm addicted to Snapchat and their stupid filters. Like, I'm just like, guys, here you go. Like, if I've deleted all social media off my phone at the moment for personal reasons, besides Snapchat and YouTube. So you guys are going to see, if you want to see me, follow me on Snapchat, because.
Right.
Yeah.
Snapchat. It's Alyssa White on Snapchat? Oh.
I think it's Lissa Ree. I'm looking at, sorry guys, unprofessional here. It's Lissa Ree 88, LYSSARIE 88.
Okay.
Follow me, guys. I'm public on there, so you don't have to, I don't have to accept anyone. Like, I will, but I mean, you can see it, like, whenever, like, whatever.
It's not on private or whatever it is?
No, it's not on private. Because I just make up silly skits with the filters.
Yeah.
Like, I have this one skit I do where there's like, sometimes they have like these face distorting filters, and I have this ongoing skit about how I keep going to this hot plastic surgeon because I have a crush on him, but he keeps messing up my face. And that's like one of my favorite things to do. I just do it.
Follow you. Oh, dang it. Okay, so I need to download it again and follow you. I'm on like all of mine. Mine are all the same. So I should be on every. Because I was, like, Instagram filters kind of suck right now. So I was looking at them, and I was like, these are awesome, and I look so much better.
That's what I say about Snapchat filters. I'm like, they make me look so much cuter than I actually am. Oh, my gosh.
You don't even have to, like, put on makeup. You can just use the filter.
I know. It does your makeup for you. Like, I don't know how to do makeup besides lipstick. So I'm like, Snapchat, thank you. Thank you, Snapchat gods. You make me beautiful.
You're doing it right.
I'm missing so many people in the comments. Hi, Captain Retro. Hi, Alex M. Hey, la 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 Techno. I can never say their name right, but I like to have fun saying it. So, Chance Webster says Slither was a great movie. Going back to James Gunn, I actually have not seen that. I want to though, because that's Nathan Fillion in it, and I love Nathan Fillion, and I love James Gunn. So
we should watch it.
I need to see it. Have you seen it?
No. I need to. You know, it's being a movie fan is so difficult because there are so many movies that, but the minute you're like, oh, I haven't seen that, people are like, oh, you have, what? You haven't seen that? No, like, I was busy watching the other 8 million movies that are on my list. But,
yeah, me too.
But if it were on Netflix, I'd probably watch it because meanwhile, I'm on Netflix, like, scrolling through, like, trying to figure out what to watch.
Like, what kind of movies are your favorite kind of movies to watch? Like, what genre?
Oh, man. I mean, I really like comedies, of course. And then underneath that, I'm really into documentaries. And then underneath that, I like stuff like Shawshank Redemption, or
Oh, fantastic.
just like good, solid. Oh, like Stanford Prison Experiment. Those are both prison. Just like weird, but like something that is like beautifully written is what I really gravitate to. So but those are really hard to come by.
It is really hard to come by movies that have a great story. Just,
I know.
Are there any upcoming movies you're excited about?
Yes. What's upcoming? It's just a movie. Well, like, I mean, this isn't a movie, but I'm excited for like the Punisher series.
Oh yeah,
looking forward to that. Because he's a great actor.
Oh, I know John Bernthal, and he's good to look at too. So
Good to look at, and I really like that anti-hero kind of thing, which is what like I'm looking forward to Deadpool 2. I'm looking forward.
Me too.
Yeah, like taking the superhero thing, but it's like kind of twisted, which I like. I kind of like the anti-hero type villains, not villains, heroes. Heroes and villains are my favorite because I feel like superheroes are like great, but they're too shiny to kind of relate to. But that's why I love Deadpool. And what else is coming up that I am excited about?
I'm planning on going to see Annabelle Creation tomorrow. I swear, if I'm the only person in this theater this year, because last year I watched The Conjuring 2, I was the only person in the theater. I was scared so badly, and I've said this story a bajillion times, but I posted a video afterwards. My hair was a mess. I had tears running down my eyes, and I posted it on Facebook and Twitter, and then James Wan, the director, saw it and liked it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, James Wan just saw me looking horrible. I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, that's the only movie I've been to where I've been the only person in the audience, like, alone. And that was probably the worst movie to have been, like, alone at. Because most of the time I want to be alone in a theater and someone always comes in. But that one, I wanted someone else to be there because I was scared.
Do you watch a lot of horror?
I do. And, like, I don't get scared a lot, but, like, demonic possession is, like, the thing that gets me the most. And that's what The Conjuring 2 is. And Annabelle Creation is pretty much that because it's a spin-off of the Conjuring movies. Yeah. So I swear, if I'm the only person at theater tomorrow, I think I'm cursed.
Probably. I just have I'm squeamish. So, like, I appreciate the genre, but I can't watch the movie because it's like I can't watch big battle scenes very well because I'm like this the whole time, and I'm like, I can't watch this dang movie. But like Get Out, I watched the whole thing because it wasn't graphic except for the part.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I know what scene you're talking about.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, so horror, I can't really watch horror that easily, unfortunately.
I used to be that way too, but then I got really bad anxiety, and I found that horror, for some reason, calmed me down. And I just started to become less squeamish. I started to become less scared. I don't know why it helps. Like, if I'm ever feeling really depressed, which it's been lately the last few days, I've been watching the Saw movies. They make me feel better for some. I don't know why. It's weird, but they make me feel better.
Maybe it makes your issues seem less, like, intense.
Yeah, I guess, especially like watching Saw, you're like, people are like in these death contraptions. I'm not. Yay.
Right. I know. I should try that because there's definitely days where it's like, and I'm really depressed. I'm really low. And I'm really depressed.
Yeah, that's me too, because I think all creative people are like that, or the majority. I shouldn't say all, because I'm sure there's some that aren't like that. But being like creative, like that's one of the cons is like your mood is just.
Yeah, you're just all over the place. Yeah, it really is. I've noticed that with all my friends, all my creative friends for sure, which is like most of my friends in Los Angeles. But yeah, there's like a lot of like, because when you're creating and you're making art, you're like way up here, but it's like everyday life is like here.
Yeah, that's me. Like when I'm making YouTube videos or I'm writing on my website or trying out, like I've been auditioning for voice acting stuff.
Yeah.
Like I forget about everything. I'm just super into what I'm doing. I'm super happy. But then when I stop doing it, I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah. It's like an eye of a hurricane kind of situation.
Yeah. Like I'm amped up when I'm like performing, I guess you could say. Yeah. And then when I'm not, I'm just like, okay, wind down like a robot.
I'm the exact same way. That's why I'm addicted to doing theater. I'm addicted to that because it's like I can't live if I'm not constantly doing it.
That's me too. Like seriously, when I'm not doing like anything creative, I'm just like in the worst possible mood ever. I'm just like I can't function. I can't get out of bed. I just need to do creative things.
Yep. Yeah, I spent a long time in college like realizing that because I'd been really, really creative all through high school. And then I go to college and then it's a little more difficult to kind of get plugged in or whatever. And I went through a really long phase of just like really bad depression. And then I figured out, I finally made friends with the film people. And I finally was like fulfilled again. But it's crazy how that works.
Okay, I gotta get back to the comments because I'm so bad at reading. No. Henrique says Blade Runner 2049 looks sick. Yeah, no, I love Blade Runner. So Blade Runner 2049. I love Ryan Gosling. I love Harrison Ford. I don't care that he's 70-something years old. He's still good looking. Okay, shut it. Jared Leto's in Blade Runner. I love Jared Leto. Yeah. So I'm excited for that one too, Henrique. Robert Payne says, what are our thoughts on The Last Jedi? Are you a Star Wars fan, Casey?
I am. I feel like the definition of a Star Wars fan is a lot more intense than what I am. Like, so I feel like I would offend people if I said like, oh yeah, like, but I watched every movie multiple times. Like I fully enjoy it, that kind of thing. If you're like, okay, what was the name of this guy on Tatooine? And I'm gonna be like, I don't know. I just thought it was a cool movie. But yeah, let's talk about this actually. I feel like the thing with Star Wars was that it was an event. Like every few years, this like awesome movie would come out, and it was like a special thing. Now Disney bought it, and they're making one every year at least. And I feel like it's gonna start to cheapen the brand.
It could.
What do you think? I mean, I didn't even watch Rogue One. I should have.
I watched it. I actually really liked it. I know a lot of people didn't because it didn't feel like a typical Star Wars movie, and that's why I kind of enjoyed about it. It's more of a war heist movie. Yeah. It's definitely it's Star Wars, but it doesn't feel like a typical Star Wars movie, and that's why I think a lot of people didn't like it. But I personally enjoyed it. It fits into the canon pretty well, and the performances were great. So I really enjoyed it, but a lot of people didn't.
I was really looking forward to this Han Solo thing until all the craziness went down. But I would have loved to see a like Lego movie take on Han Solo, but apparently.
Well, Ron Howard's doing it now, so.
I love him. So but he's definitely a more poised director.
Yeah, more serious.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know what they're gonna do about that. I'm actually very interested to know.
But getting back to The Last Jedi, I'm excited for it because I really enjoyed The Force Awakens. I think the trailers look awesome for I always mess up during these live streams. During The Last Jedi, I forgot my train of thought. Anyway, I think that it just looks good. I'm going to watch it. I mean, I watch every Star Wars movie when it comes to theater. So.
Jedi as in one Jedi or Jedi as in two? Plural.
I know the director said it's singular, but I mean, he could just be saying that to throw people off. Like, that'd be what I'd do, like, to throw people off. Because if you were to say, oh, it's plural, then everyone would be like, oh, everyone's safe, or whatever. So there's thunder outside my house. It's distracting me. It's like about to, if it's not raining, it's about to. So it's kind of distracting me. Sorry, guys.
What if like just suddenly the lights go off and we're like, oh my god?
Well, that's into Geek to Geek. Okay. And then Pierre says hi, and Geek to Geek's back. It is back. And then he also asks, Kacey, you're a singer. Can you do more? I was gonna say more. Can you do more covers this year?
I do more covers this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm actually working with someone right now to do like a music video on this new camera that we got. And I'm actually trying to pick what cover to do, and I have those options that I could say now. And then let me pull them up. But I was thinking about doing like Amy Winehouse, of course. But there's some that I don't know. I gotta freaking find it. I don't know. Maybe I'll put it up in a poll and people can kind of.
You should.
Yeah, because I can never tell if people like care about me doing covers or not.
I like them.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think you have a great voice. Like, that's something I really wish I was better at, singing, because I love to sing, but I'm like mediocre at best. So I'm not good.
I mean, I'm friends with a lot of very talented people, so I have a weird like bar of like, well, I'm not like up here, you know, so I'm like, is this even like worthy to go on the internet?
Yeah, I do the same thing. Like, I'm like, I know these people and they're so much better than me. Like, should I even do this? I don't know.
I know. I was trying to get into the postmodern jukebox thing. They're doing like a search, like a talent search or something like that. So I posted a video on YouTube, like PMJ search, but I covered Toxic, and like, I don't know if they're gonna watch that or not. I don't know, and I don't know if it's gonna go by views or not. I have no idea.
I watched it.
Did?
I've watched every video on your channel.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
You should give me feedback, because Twitter is easy to kind of create content for, because I ask people all the time, like, what do you want to see? And they're like this, and I'm like, great, here you go. YouTube is so like, because I do so many different things. I have so much different stuff on there that I feel like I don't have I have sketches, I have covers, I have, you know, reaction videos. So I don't know what works best on there.
I don't know what works best on my channel either, but I just do it because I want to.
Well, then maybe that's my answer then.
Because, like, I can't just single out, like, movies or TV or games to talk about. I have to talk about all of them because I love them pretty much all equally, and books. Like, I can't just be like, I'm focusing on one thing. I've tried that. It doesn't work. Like, it just makes me feel not as fulfilled. Like, I need to talk about everything. And I know it's probably detrimental to my channel, but I'm happier when I'm talking about everything.
I know, because I've stopped. I was on this like really strong kick of doing comedy sketches, and then I went to this social media week, which is the worst thing I could have done, but it was like very bougie and whatever, and they were like, you need to be very focused and have one central like brand and blah blah blah, and like you don't put X, Y, and Z kind of thing on this kind of platform, and it really overwhelmed me, and it kind of freaked me out, so I stopped. I was like, I gotta take a break for a second, because according to them, I'm doing this wrong. But I think I'm gonna start back up, because I miss, like, I don't like not doing them. So
well, do what your heart says it wants to do, Kacey.
Okay.
Robert Payne says, how about a Queen song like Who Wants to Live Forever?
Whoa, yes. I'm going to write that down.
I would love that. I love Queen, so I would definitely listen. I'd listen to any song, actually, of yours. But I'd definitely listen to a Queen song. That'd be really cool.
Okay, Live Forever. Okay, deal. I'll do it.
And then Henrique asked, did anyone really want a Han Solo movie? I didn't. I wasn't like, oh, I want to know about a young Han Solo. I was like, they're doing a young Han Solo movie? Oh, okay.
That's why I was so on board with it being so, like, wacky, is because it's like, if it's the Lego movie Han Solo, great. But if it's like serious, like, origin story of Han Solo and it's not Harrison Ford, like.
And, like, I had an issue because Alden Ehrenreich's a good actor, but he looks nothing like Harrison Ford. And I'm just like,
Is he a good actor?
Well, like, in Hail Caesar and Rules Don't Apply, I really enjoyed him in. He hasn't been in tons of movies. He was in another one. I'm trying to think of it. It's not coming to mind at the moment. Oh, there's thunder if you heard that.
I heard it.
Sound effects. But, I mean, he's a good actor, but he looks nothing like Harrison Ford. I'm just...
So I haven't seen anything except Hail Caesar that he was in, and I was like, okay, like, to me, he's one of those, he seems like an actor who's just, like, nice to look at and probably charismatic in the room with him. I didn't feel like he was doing anything, like, special, but maybe he was just directed that way. I don't know. I probably need to watch more of his stuff, but I don't know.
He hasn't been in too much. The Master. That was the other one I was trying to think of. The Paul Thomas Anderson movie, which I really enjoyed that, but Paul Thomas Anderson's not for everyone. Like, his movies, like, some of his movies I don't really care for and some I love, so it's just, but he was really good in The Master, in my opinion.
Okay, I'll do some studying on him. I probably need to give him a chance.
Yeah, I'm usually like that. I'll be like, I don't know about this actor. People are like, give them a chance, Alyssa. And they'll be like, okay. And I'll be like, okay, they were good. Or, nope, not changing my mind. Nope.
No, because so much of it is, like, how they're directed. To me, if the entire cast is bad, that's directing. If it's like one person that stands out, that's the actor, to me.
Yeah, me too. Like, I'm not the biggest George Clooney fan, to be honest. Like, I know a lot of people like him. But
I mean, I don't have a problem with him, but it definitely seems like one of those people where, like, in the room with him, you're probably just, like, drawn to him. And so I think a lot of actors get ahead because of that. Because, like, just like when you're, like, if you're a casting director or a director and you're in the room with them and they're so magnetic, like, you think that's going to translate off the screen, and I feel like a lot of times it doesn't.
Yeah, like, I've liked him in a couple movies. Like, actually, my favorite role of his is actually from Dusk Till Dawn, which I think was his first movie role or one of his first movie roles, because it doesn't feel like George Clooney, and, like, a lot of the movies he's done recently, he feels like the same person in every single movie, in my opinion.
It's like they hire him to be, like, this archetype of himself. Which is whatever.
Then there's some actors like Woody Harrelson. I love Woody Harrelson as an actor.
Yeah.
Because he just transforms every different role. He's just so good.
Him and like, Tom Hardy. Oh my God.
Like, Tom Hardy's unrecognizable sometimes.
I just watched Dunkirk.
Yeah.
And the whole time I was, like, for the first 40 minutes of the movie, I'm, like, looking for Harry Styles. And I'm like, did they put
No.
It's like, is Harry Styles in one of these airplanes? Did you see the movie?
I saw it, yeah.
Yeah. And then when Tom Hardy takes the mask, because I was like, this actor's really good. Like, whoever they got to play this character, it's like, he's solid. Then he took the mask off, and I was like, oh, it's Tom Hardy. No wonder he's amazing.
Yeah, that was a good movie. Like, I knew every time Harry Styles came on, I was like, that's Harry Styles.
Right.
But it was a good movie. Like, I really liked Cillian Murphy. He was the soldier that was rescued on the small boat. I'm not going to say what else happens because it'd be a spoiler, but I love Cillian Murphy, like, as an actor. I think he's really underrated. Like, he was one of my favorite parts.
Yeah, because he had a hard job because you're not really supposed to like that character. I always find it difficult to play a character that's not likable because a lot of times when you're acting, it's because you want to be, like, liked or whatever. And I think it's pretty, like, honorable to play someone who's a terrible person that the audience isn't supposed to like.
Yeah, I could go on and on about underrated actors. Like, I'm just like, oh, Cillian Murphy's underrated. He's so great. Donald Gleason, I think, is another underrated one because he's been in so many movies and he's done such a good job, and people don't even know him or they don't bring him up. And I'm just like, what about Donald Gleason? Huh? Huh? He's great.
Yeah, but you know, Donald Gleason. Yeah, but you know, it's like Donald Gleason though, right?
No, I'm like, when people were like really excited about Force Awakens, I'm like, Donald Gleason's in here, and they're like, who? I'm like, he's General Hux. I'm like, I love Donald Gleason. Ugh.
I know.
I mean, he was barely in it, but I'm like, I love you, Donald Gleason.
That's almost the best acting is when like you're not distracting. Like if you can just let the story take over and you're kind of just like in it. I think that's what you're supposed to do as an actor. But there's so many like distracting people because they're so like beautiful or whatever that people are like, oh.
It's like you want to not think of them as the actor on screen. And a lot of actors, I'm like, oh, that's so-and-so. But like with Cillian Murphy, Donald Gleason, I don't think, oh, that's them when they're on screen. I know it's them like in my mind. But I'm like, they're the character.
Right.
Like those are my favorite actors, like the ones that transform into their characters instead of just being like the same person in every single role.
Right. It's actually really difficult to do.
Let's see. Have I missed any comments? Matt the Collector asks, how are we doing tonight?
Oh, stop it, Matt. I wonder what he collects.
What do you collect, Matt? Let us know.
Collector of what?
I collect a lot of stuff.
Do you? What do you collect?
I collect figures, Funko Pops, movies, games, books. Too much stuff.
I collect coffee mugs.
Coffee mugs? I see so many cool coffee mugs, but like there's so many in our house. I'm like, I can't get this coffee mug and I want it.
Okay. I just got a Deadpool one. Let me see if it's around here.
Deadpool what?
Oh no, it's in the dishwasher, I think. Yeah. I got a Deadpool one from Comic-Con.
Oh, that's so cool. I want to go to Comic-Con so bad. Just like 1 year. I know it's like packed and everything, but I just want to go 1 year. I wish I could have gone this year because there was a super awesome Outlander panel and like people got to meet Sam Heughan. And I'm like, I needed to be there.
Dude, here's what happens though. This is something I did not fully understand until I got there. Okay. People who are getting into those panels are like, let's say the panel is Saturday. Mm-hmm. They're showing up on Thursday to stand in line to get a ticket, to stand in line, to get another ticket, to get a wristband, to get in. Like, and like they'll stay overnight in these lines. And it's like, that's ridiculous. It's like, what the heck is this? Like, to me, I kind of felt like a lot of the creative material got lost in this like shift and focus into fandom, because I think people can get really caught up in the fact that it's like it's like camping. It's like, oh, we're more focused on the fact that we're standing in these lines and like getting exclusive whatevers than we are on like celebrating the creative work. But I could be totally wrong. It just was like really, I didn't know it was at that level. But it is, which is great.
Green has another question for you, Casey. He says, who would you like to do a duet with?
Oh, I mean, anybody, but I mean, like, are we talking fantasy world, like celebrities, like Ed Sheeran, like that kind of thing? Or okay. I do have a couple friends. We did this cool thing at Comic-Con right before one of our shows. We had like this cool rooftop area, and we did like live acoustic stuff. And my friend and I, who was playing the guitar, we were like, we should like do this like back home in LA. And we're like, yeah, totally. So in a couple Saturdays, we're gonna go do it again at a different coffee shop, and I'm gonna take my camera and record it. So
that'd be cool.
Yeah, so I'll put that up for sure.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'll have one view.
I'll share it if I'm back on social media by that point.
Share it if it's good. Like, don't, if it's bad, like, don't embarrass, like,
I don't think it could be bad.
I know, I won't put it up if it's bad, but I think, you know, it's hard to judge yourself sometimes.
I know. I'm like my worst critic because I hate the sound of my own voice. I'm like, I don't know if I should put this up. I'll just do it anyway. I don't care anymore.
That's good. That's how, like, when I first started acting on camera, oh my God, I was so bad because I was so concerned with, like, how I was looking and how I sounded and how awkward I was and all this kind of stuff. And I think I didn't start doing, like, well until I just kind of, like, let it go and was like, you know what? There's gonna be a shot where I look terrible. And it's gonna be out there and people might comment on it. Even now, it's like I had to get to a place where it's like, you know what? I just, like, people can take a screenshot and when your face is in a weird thing and, like, tweet it out and make fun of you and stuff like that, and you just have to be like, you just be, like, cool with it. Like, yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, laugh at yourself, kind of. Otherwise, I feel like if you're trying to control it, I would never do anything because it's like, it has to be perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like that too. And like, I'm about to read another Robert comment, but I'm going to like comment on his comment. He said, Alyssa, you are awesome. And one of my favorite series is Inside Alyssa White. You have a beautiful voice. I like to sing in my videos sometimes, but usually I do multiple takes of me singing. And then I'm like, this is the best one. Let's put that in the video, edit all the others out. So I'm very critical. Like, just that one part, I've probably sung it like 5 times in the video, and I'm just like, that was the best sounding one. Okay, let's use that one. So,
yeah. Oh yeah,
I do a lot of editing in my videos.
Yeah. I mean, that's what's great about editing is, like, the power you have to kind of do that. The singing ones are difficult though because, like, it's expensive to go. You can, and I've done it before, where, like, you go to someone who knows how to mix music and they write music for you and they record you in their studio and they kind of mix it and make it sound good and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, I've done that before. It's very expensive and, like, a long turnaround time. And so now I'm like, okay, like, I know what it's going to take to get that. So I'm just going to have to settle for me being in my room with, like, a light and my camera mic, and it's gonna suck a little bit, but otherwise I'm gonna be spending X, Y, and Z money and all this time and stuff. So, you know,
It's kind of like me. Like with my videos right now, I have to shoot in my bedroom, and the walls are painted red, so my lighting is constantly changing. I am having an office built, and the walls are gonna be white. There's gonna be white light, so hopefully they'll fix the lighting issue. But like, it drives me crazy. I'm sure like most people don't notice. Or if they do, they don't comment on it, but it drives me nuts. I'm just like, oh, the light is changing. Oh, I can't fix it.
I know.
I'm just like, oh, well.
Well, I used to be really, like, neurotic about, like, oh, you know, like, let's say I have a iPhone camera or something like that, and I'm trying to shoot something, or I'm trying to shoot myself, or somebody's taking photos with me on an iPhone camera or something. I used to be like, oh, like, this photo's bad, so, like, that means, like, I'm ugly, or, like, my work is bad or whatever. But I've done photo shoots where there's hair, makeup, Photoshop, lighting, perfect conditions, and the photo comes out amazing. Or productions where it has a ton of money in the budget and you get beautiful cameras, beautiful set. There's 8 million people working and the content comes out amazing. So it's like doing that helped me realize that, like, oh, there's a lot of other factors. Is that thunder?
Oh, yeah, it was thunder and lightning. Getting sound effects in this installment. I think this is the first Geek to Geek where I've had a storm going on while doing it. I didn't know this was going to happen, okay?
We have thunderstorms in Texas that are, like, pretty insane, and I forgot about them until I went home last, and there was one, and I was like, oh my gosh, the thunder's so loud.
How did you get, like, did you grow up in Texas?
Yeah.
How did you get rid of your accent?
That's funny because it's like it comes back when I go home. But I mean, I didn't grow up in an area that was very heavily in the accent range. I don't know. I think when I moved, it kind of went away a little bit. I didn't necessarily focus on it, but people ask me that all the time. But when I'll say certain words like pan or whatever that are Texas, or I'll be editing my videos and I'll be like, oh, there's the accent.
I'm trying to get rid of mine. Like, I'm like in my mind going, okay, say the word this way, say it this way. Like, to me, I don't sound like I have an accent, but people always go, oh, I love your accent. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. I'm like, no. I was trying to not have an accent.
Well, it could be, I mean, it is definitely like a cute like thing to have because everyone, I guess if you're trying to do voiceover and stuff,
yeah.
I don't know. I've done like dialect training though, so like I've like learned other accents like British accent or Irish accent or that kind of thing or Australian, like, so I think I've maybe figured out how vowels are placed and how to make them sound and stuff like that. So there's probably, now that I think about it, I did do some like accent training, just different accents. So yeah.
I wish I could do that because I can't do like any other accents besides like I can do kind of Valley Girl sometimes.
Right.
But, like, I really want to like do dialect classes, but there's none here. Like, I live in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And,
well, yeah. I was learning.
Alabama is not creative, so.
I felt that way, and I went to college in Oklahoma, and so there was a little bit, but there wasn't a lot. But what I did was I went on Amazon and I bought. There's this book with a bunch of CDs. I mean,
I know.
Crazy, but it's like 12 CDs, and like, I mean, they can be a little pricier, or depending on which one you get. But it's like I would listen to them in my car when I drove around. So it's like I would just practice with them when I was driving and stuff. So I mean, I haven't ever sat with a coach and coached.
Oh, yeah.
I did just do like the CDs and like acting class a little bit, and doing stage shows where I was having to do that accent and stuff.
Yeah, where I live, the accent is very, very heavy. And that's why, like, when I hear myself, I'm like, I don't hear an accent because everyone around me has such a strong accent that I'm like, I don't have one. They'll say, you don't sound like you're from here, Alyssa. And then other people will be like, oh my gosh, your Southern accent is so cute.
I bet if you went to a different city, it would probably lessen a lot. Because I never noticed my parents having an accent until I came back home after a couple of years of being here. Now I can hear it pretty heavily, but I never thought they had one before.
I've always been able to hear my family's accent. Like, it's always been prominent. Just, I don't know. I don't know why I've always just picked it out.
Yeah. It's a good accent. I like the Southern accent.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get into the entertainment industry, and like, it's not very favored. Like, there's a couple people that have Southern accents that are in the entertainment industry, but not a lot. So yeah. I'm trying to get rid of it. And plus, I need to get out of this town. So baby steps.
Well, you can, I think, like, you can have the accent when you're just being you, but it would almost be like putting on an accent to do your work. So like, oh, instead of doing a British accent, you're doing the standard American accent. And then you can stop focusing on it when you're like between takes or whatever. Like, you can go back to just speaking how you normally speak, but maybe that would help a little bit. It's like, okay, if I'm doing a voiceover, I've got to do this dialect, and maybe think of it in that way.
I gotta say hi to people that have said hello. Hey, Corey. Hey, I am Ninja. Hey, Twinsy, Bixie Willows. Yeah, Killian Murphy wasn't 28 Days Later. Chance. I am Ninja says that they live in Indiana, and anyone they speak to outside of Indiana says they have an accent, but they don't hear it. Yeah, that's me too. And like people here tell me I don't have an accent, but that's people here where I live, and they're like, "How do you talk like that?" I'm like, "I don't know." Like it used to be way stronger, and then I started watching YouTube and like talking to people that don't have an accent, and watching movies. Obviously,
Right.
It kind of went down, but it's still there because I'm constantly surrounded by it. So trying to get rid of it, trying to. And I know people think it's cute stuff, but I'm just trying to get rid of it to get like I'm just trying to get into the entertainment industry. I'm just like trying
to level up
from like the worst place to get into the entertainment industry possible. I live in the worst place.
We should talk about that though, because I mean there are like options. So we should chat on like kind of different like brainstorming ways to where you could do it like from where you're at, or like nearby places that might have stuff. We'll chat about it.
Yeah, we'll chat.
We'll chat.
You can text me. Well, you can text me whenever.
Okay.
Robert says he thinks my accent is cute. Thank you.
Well, it's like I can't even. Oh, I wish I could do it because it's like when I'm on the phone, it's like it's not even that bad, but like I'll like slip back into it like that kind of like that a little bit. But like Texas is a little, and it's Dallas, so it's like northern. Yeah.
I've been to the Arlington area of Dallas once last year.
Oh,
so
that's a lovely area.
It was very busy, especially because we were right next to the AT&T stadium, and there was a game going on. Oh, that was bad traffic.
That's not
bad
fun.
Traffic.
I know, traffic in Dallas is apparently really bad now.
Yeah, no, it's like it was about equal to Los Angeles traffic now, like last year.
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad traffic.
And I've been in both places, and they're both like,
maddening. Like I've been here 4 years, and like I used to be like, oh, like I'll drive wherever, I'll go an hour away, I'll go 2 hours away, I don't care, because I was just so happy to be in the city and like be around things that I didn't have access to. And now I'm like, I'm not leaving the valley for any way, shape, or form. I'm literally
it
like,
takes forever.
I know, I'm like, oh, Hollywood on a Friday night. Oh.
Like both times I've stayed in LA, I stay at the Sofitel, so it's like right in Beverly Hills. And whenever we'd go to like Santa Monica, it was like a 30-minute drive usually, just to get to Santa Monica, and then to get like anywhere else, it's like 20 minutes, 15 minutes when it's like 3 miles away. You're just like, oh my god.
Yeah. I mean,
like at least people know what they're doing. Like for the most part, like when you get here where I live, no one knows what they're doing when they're driving. I have the worst case of road rage where I live. It's just I'm constantly cursing people out. I kind of flip the bird sometimes. I don't mean to. It's automatic because people don't know how to drive here. And I'm just like, well, at least in Los Angeles, people know how to drive.
Well, kind of. I mean, that's when I'm like the angriest. And I've had a lot of reduced stress levels. I had anxiety probably 3 years ago or so when I was driving from the valley to the beach, and like I was trying to audition on lunch breaks, and I was doing a show at night, and like they were all like all over the map. And so I didn't have time to sit in traffic or deal with the stuff that comes up on the way to something where like, oh, like somebody won't turn left. And it's like I just had every single day was such a battle driving that it was like I had to like go to the doctor because I would have like panic attacks and stuff because I was like just running and really stressed out. But yeah, I mean, I'm a mean driver now. Like I'm very selfish when I drive, and it's not okay.
Yeah, I had a friend go with me when I was driving on the freeway a couple days ago. She's like, Alyssa, calm down. I'm like, this is me normally when I'm driving. Like, I'm like the nicest person when I'm not driving, but when I'm driving, different person altogether.
I am mean. I need like tinted windows because I'm like, I will yell at people, and I'm not in the right. Like I'm just selfish. Like
Me too.
I'm wrong.
Like if I do something wrong, I'm like, it's your fault.
No, it's just like somebody's like driving like at a normal pace and like taking their time to turn, and I'm like freaking out behind them.
I'm like, turn already, turn.
I'm the worst. The worst.
I am Ninja says Atlanta traffic is the worst ever. I have been in Atlanta traffic. It is bad. I will admit that. Like, it's one of the worst.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Atlanta is bad.
Hell yeah. I felt like Atlanta was, I don't know. For some reason, I felt like it was structure. It was built more recently, or it was built out a little more, like in a better like layout. But a lot of these cities, I'm like, they were surprised to find that everyone was there all of a sudden. So the infrastructure, I feel like that in LA, the infrastructure is just very janky. They're trying to fix it, but like, I don't know. I felt like cities like Atlanta had a little more time to kind of make things a little nicer. Like Austin in Texas is kind of that way. Everything's kind of on a grid. San Diego is nice and on a grid and like well planned out and stuff.
Let's see. Robert says, try driving in Boston or New York. I've never been either, but I've heard New York is terrible.
I would never drive in New York. That's insane. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I would never try driving in New York. And I do hear Boston is pretty bad.
And then I'm Ninja says, Atlanta's way worse than New York with traffic.
No way.
I haven't been to New York, so I can't say, but I don't think it would be as, I haven't been to Atlanta in years though, so it could have changed drastically, but I don't, like when I see like people vlogging in New York or whatever, like that's way worse than what I've seen in Atlanta. Just,
Well, also though, in New York, you can, like, you do have an option to use the subway system or walk. Like, it's pretty friendly to not having to be in a car, where like I don't know if it's true about Atlanta, but definitely LA, like you just don't do public transportation or the subway. You just don't. It's not up to par.
And you can't really walk anywhere unless it's like right there next to you,
right?
Because everything's spread out, so you're not walking anywhere.
Yeah, so trying to get around is difficult. Huh? I didn't think about that in Atlanta. It's crazy.
I haven't been in Atlanta in forever though, so it's probably changed since I went last.
I went once, but yeah, just once. I should go back.
Oh, I'm Ninja says, for the reasoning that you don't have to drive in New York, that's why Atlanta traffic's the worst.
Oh. I nailed it.
Like, I'm sure if you had to drive in New York, it'd be way worse than Atlanta, but
yeah,
you'd have to be like really hardcore to drive in New York.
Yeah, I don't know how people do it.
I don't either. Let's see. Oh yeah, I also wanted to mention one thing. Like, I was a huge Gleek.
Oh,
and I didn't realize you were Nittany until I started, like, when we first met, and like I looked on your Twitter, I'm like, what? Like, what was that like being on that set, just like even for like a short period of time? Like,
oh my gosh, I mean, it was a dream come true. Like when the series first aired, I think I was in high school, and I was like a big musical nerd and all that kind of stuff, and I was just like, I have to be on the show. And then I was on like the first episode of the last season, so it was like it was so wonderful. Every time I'm on I love TV, like producing and making TV, because there's something about like a lot and a sound stage that is just like, it just like, to my core, it's like, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is right. This is exactly how it's supposed to be. And I mean, it was a really short part, and it was like very in and out, but it was like, I was like, wow, my dream just came true. Like, that's amazing. It was cool.
Yeah, it was always my goal to be on Glee, but it ended. Never happened. dream shattered.
It's okay. There's plenty of other shows.
I know. I want to be on Outlander so bad, but that's probably never going to happen.
You could go be an extra on it, and then you can at least mark that like off your bucket list.
So I just have to go. Well, the show will be in America soon. So once it comes to America, they're gonna.
Yeah, just figure out what they're filming because they always need extras.
Yeah, where I live, like there's nowhere close by that has like any like productions going on. Like the closest is Atlanta, and that's 3 hours like from me.
That's not bad, honestly. Atlanta is a huge player, so I would consider, if I were you, like going down there and telling an agent that like you live an hour and a half away or something like that, and you know, like I would drive 3 hours. I do drive 3 hours to auditions like here, so or to a shoot, easy. I easily could drive 3 hours to a shoot even here. So I would consider you. You should do it.
I don't know. I've never like had formal training like for acting or anything. I'm just kind of like,
When I was in Oklahoma, there was this girl in my, because there was a similar vibe in Oklahoma. There was like one acting studio, and it happened to be right by my college, so it was like great. But there was somebody who would drive like an hour and a half every time for class to get there. It just depends on how badly you need it. And,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. There's also like online acting classes too.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check into it because like I'm tired of just sitting on my butt here. I'm like, I gotta get stuff in motion now. So.
Feel better. I mean, that's what I was doing in Oklahoma. Just like, I mean, I think I started out. Let's see. I started out doing student films. So if there's a college nearby or in Atlanta that is doing student films, they'll put them up on Actors Access, and that's how I started. And then I took acting classes and yada, yada, yada. Eventually, I finally got accepted by the agency. The first commercial I did, I was like a runner in the background of some random commercial, and it shot like 3 hours away from my college campus, but I was there at like 5 in the morning, like running in the background all day long, like, and I loved it. It's just like, I mean, you'll see pretty quickly if you like it or not. Like, I loved it, and I was nothing.
Well, like I always liked acting when I was in school, like doing plays and stuff, but I don't know. I'm gonna look into it. Like, I'm just tired of being here.
Try it.
And like, I'm tired of people telling me like, you can't do it, Alyssa. Just be content. I've actually had people tell me to be content. Just be content here. Live here. You're not going to be anything special, Alyssa. Like, people close to me, and that's what really like got me like, I gotta do it.
Yeah, it's
gotta do it now.
It's usually the people that are closest to you. I had the same thing happen. I mean, because the people who are where you are there for a reason. They're there because they believe that's the best possible life. So why wouldn't it be the best possible life for you? I mean, it came out of love, but there were like the closest people to me told me not to go. There was one person, two people. There were two people in my life that I knew that said, go for it. And I listened, and I mean, it's been really like up and down and very, very difficult. But I mean, I feel like I'm finally getting like a little bit of traction and like kind of reaping some of the stuff that I've sowed. But it did definitely prove to me how passionate I was about this craft. And like, because if I stick through like people telling me no, I mean, I've had like close family members telling me I'm not like talented enough. So it's like, that's happened to me too. And now I make my living off of this. So it's like,
yeah,
but it just takes a while, and it's hard and frustrating. And like every casting director in town has rejected me at some point, you know? So it's like, it is a lot of people telling you no, and you just having to go, okay, what did they mean behind that? Was that just an adjustment? Like, oh, you should do X, Y, and Z to fix it? Or are they just saying this because they have some personal thing that they are dealing with, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a big advocate for people just kind of going, screw it, let's do it. Just go.
Yeah.
Why not?
That's my attitude right now. I'm just like, I just want to go and travel places and all this kind of stuff. Like, it's not really like probable at the moment, but I want to do it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think money holds a lot of people back too, because because you think you need X amount of money. I did not have hardly any money when I came out here, and you just survive. Like, you find a job and work at wherever, and you just hang on for dear life. You just figure it out, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like if it's a path that's meant to be, then doors open, and if it's the path that's not meant to be, then doors close. And I've always found there to be just an open door after an open door after an open door, even if it's like difficult. But I've definitely like 90% of the stuff I try is a failure. So like I put out a lot of energy, and like only if this amount of stuff kind of works out, but it's enough to make me go, yeah, this is what I should keep doing.
Yeah, that's me and my YouTube channel. Like, my videos get like maybe 100 views, something.
That's great
on each one, but I'm still doing it because I mean I love it, and I've stopped looking at numbers now just because I don't need to see that. It'll just drive me crazy because I have OCD, and anxiety too. So, but I still keep making videos, like, just because I love it. Like, I love being in front of the camera. I love editing. I love the whole thing, and I just love it. So I've stuck with it for like 5 years. I've seriously had a YouTube channel for like 5 years now, and I'm barely anywhere. But I mean, I have a good following. Like, they're good. Y'all are good people.
Well, it's also
I've met amazing friends because of the YouTube channel. So
yeah. Well, something too that I realized from working in the industry is like there's a big guise over what's really going on. When I realized that people pay publicists to get them on red carpets and get people, I mean, there are massive teams behind people who are successful talents. It's not just them. So it's like there is power in knowing and peace in knowing that like they're like all you really need to do is find the right teammates and you all just kind of work together. And I think I'm in that phase now of like gathering crew that's really, really top talent or whatever. But it's like, you can't, if you're just by yourself, like you can't expect to be Todrick Hall. Like Todrick has a huge team behind him and lots of money. So it's like, it's once you realize that, it's a little less like, oh, I suck, and more like, okay, there's some strategy here that is empowering. So we can talk about that.
And you gotta start from the bottom. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Robert. He said, Alyssa is awesome, and I really enjoy her videos and talking to her.
Aww.
You always leave really sweet comments on my videos, Robert. I see every one of them. I try to respond to every one of them. Like, I see every comment that people post, and I try to respond unless it's like a troll comment. Then I'm just like, yeah.
You are blocked.
That's seriously what I do. I'm just like, I don't care. You're blocked. I'm not responding. Like, I got prepped for trolling in high school. Like, they don't bother me anymore. I'm just like, really? You're acting like a kindergartner. Just go away.
I know that's hard. It kind of, there are times when I will let it scare me. Like, if somebody's being a little too aggressive online, it's like, I'm like, what are they gonna do? Especially if I make them mad or whatever. But I don't know. I try not to think about it too much because would like freak out if I thought about it.
Oh, I've had situations that scare me. Like, I'll just kind of briefly talk about it, but like, guys will message me, and like, I'm a friendly person. Like, if someone messages me, I'm gonna be like, hi. Usually, unless I'm in a bad mood or like I'm depressed and I don't feel like talking to anyone, and that's not a slight to that person. It's just me. But like,
Right.
I've had instances where people have been like, hi, Alyssa, and I'm like, okay, hi. They want to be friends, and then they start hitting on me. I'm like, I don't really know you. And then they get really mad and they start saying horrible things. And then, like, it's just terrible. And it's like, like, that's just my reaction.
Girls get that. I don't do the dating apps, but like I have friends who do like Tinder and stuff like that. And like guys will even be like that. Or guys to guys. I don't know. I'm actually not sure about that for like Grindr or anything, but I know the girls I talk to, they'll get a lot of messages and then it'll like flip so quickly, and it's like, I don't know, I think there's like something to being online and not being in front of somebody that is you just think that person's not real, so you're saying things that you don't think are actually having any consequence, because to you that person doesn't really exist. They're just on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've been going for like an hour and a half now, so I think we're going to wrap it up. But I've had so much fun talking with you, Kacey. You're amazing. Do you want to promote yourself one last time?
Oh, sure. So I'm on all the things. It's at hey, HEY_case, like ace, but case, KACE. Follow me for ScreenRant videos of like trending news stories, and then also just like some fun, silly stuff throughout the day to hopefully make you smile. If you're in LA, I'll be doing book report next Thursday at the midnight show at the Pack at the Comedy Central stages. So you can find me there and come say hi. And that's it for now, I think. Yeah, that's it.
Well, thank you for coming on. Like, it means the world to me that you came on.
Oh my God, thanks for having me. We ended up just having like
it's like girl talk.
We just had like a live session.
I know. But it was good. It was therapeutic and it was fun. Like I already love you so much, Kacey. It's your time like face to face, but
hug you like, through this thing. Yeah, I mean, honestly, you have my number now, so just we'll chat about more of this life stuff, I think.
Yeah, we'll definitely chat like about stuff. I'll probably cave and be like, I need to tell you stuff, Kacey. Because like I don't have anyone else to talk to.
Honestly, I mean, I've so been there, like to the nth degree. Just I totally understand what it's like to be in a town where you're a creative and you don't feel like you belong. And I mean, for anyone like who is watching this, or for you, it's just like I just so encourage you to keep going and don't let it get you down, and just keep pushing through and keep being smart and just saying, okay, given this is going to work out, I just have to figure out how to get there and keep strategizing and just make it happen.
It's really good advice.
Thanks. I had to do it myself. Nobody gave me any instructions, so just learning from life advice.
Yeah, but it's good life advice. So I guess we're going to wrap this up because I already said we were going to go, and I'm terrible at goodbyes. But thank you guys for coming and chatting with us and listening to us just have our girly talk.
Yeah.
It means a lot to me. Thank you. And I'm going to go. Kacey's going to go. But we've really enjoyed having you. And hopefully there'll be another Geek to Geek sometime if I feel up to it. But thank you guys. I love you. Bye.